People want to know if they can get out of pain and survive. That is like the number one way to hook someone in. Are you going to get me out of my pain, and will I survive? Every piece of your content should have this. A clear and timely message will be so valuable and irresistible to those who you are called to serve. So make sure you double down on your messaging and make it so crystal clear that a 5-year-old would be able to buy from you because they know exactly what you do, who you serve, and the problem you solve. Welcome to For His Glory CEO, the podcast for high-achieving women like you who have built the business, hit the milestone, checked all the boxes, yet deep down something still feels off. The success is there, but you know God has so much more. I'm your host, Allie. If you're hungry for results rooted in the Word, this is for you. Let's get this party started. I am so excited to teach you one of my favorite frameworks I built for my high-level business coaching, and that is sell one thing to $1 million. Yes, sell one thing to $1 million. Why is it one of the most powerful frameworks that I teach my clients? It gives them focus. Focus. Everybody focus, right? A lot of people walk and talk all over the map instead of just selling one thing to one person over and over and over again. I promise you, it seems so simple, but we just don't do it. We don't do it. And if we did do it, we would have a lot more success in our sales. So let's get after it. I also have a freebie. So you can check the show notes and you can actually have my free PDF that I made just for you to go through so you get laser focused on selling just one thing to $1 million. Y'all excited? Let's get this party started. As a faith-driven businesswoman, reaching $1 million in sales might seem like a lofty goal, especially when you're running everything solo. Right? You're the front office, you're the back office, you're the sales girl, you're the marketing girl, you are the banker, you are the Stripe girl. It's just a lot when you're starting off, but don't worry, it is important to touch every piece of your business. So if you're just getting started and you're those fundamental years, like year 1 to 3, it is a grind. Embrace the grind. But I'm telling you, with focus, intentionality, and strong foundation and faith, you can achieve that $1 million mark. And here's my framework to help you sell one thing to reach $1 million in sales, rooted in high-level sales skills and biblical principles. I love Luke 6:38, and it says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured unto you." So number one, when you are selling one thing to 1 million, you need to clarify your core message. Clarify your core message. The clearer your offer, the easier it is to attract and convert customers. Your audience needs to know the transformation, not the product, right? We sell the sizzle, not the steak. Always focus on the problem you solve and speak directly to your ideal customer's heart. When you can refine your offer to one single crystal clear sentence, you are winning. So, what problem are you solving? And how will your customer's life be different after they purchase from you? You got to make sure too that this emotionally relates to your audience. My dad is a very successful businessman, and he was so good at having that power elevator pitch, right? Like someone gets in the elevator and you get 30 seconds with them. Can you absolutely deliver one-liner offer, maybe a couple lines, and have them buy for you right away? That's what I'm talking about when you're so clear on your offer. A high-level sales skill that I teach is that connection equals high touch. You want to focus on building an emotional connection with your audience by speaking to their pain points and desires. And hey, if you got a bunch of kids like me, go practice it on them. That is a really great sales tip to make sure that even a 5-year-old understands what you do and the problem that you can solve. Number 2, leverage automation and systems. Automate and systems, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur. I cannot tell you what a huge difference this is going to make in your life. It will allow you, if you could automate key areas of your business, it will allow you to multiply your reach and increase sales without burnout. So whether it's email marketing that you're automating or setting up sales funnels or scheduling content in advance, systems will help you consistently show up and drive sales even when you're not actively working. Actionable tip is identify areas in your business that can be automated. So what are you constantly getting emails about? Can you do an automation that can be a follow-up? Your social media posting, there's tons of ways to schedule that out in advance. Take one day where it can be a content day. You have 5 different outfits, 5 different sets of earrings, change up your lipstick, change up your look, whatever it is, and get all that done for you so it's already set up. And sales funnels are extraordinary, and it's so easy to access those with all these different platforms and different types of AI to even write those out for you. But these systems can work for you 24/7, allowing you to reach way more people and generate more sales, which just frees up your time. So take a look in your business right now. What things can be automated? And I promise you, if you can put those things into action today, it will speed up your sales to 1 million faster than anything else you personally can do. High-level sales skill here is efficiency. So time equals money. So I want you to write down this statement. Today I will fill in the blank. Today I will automate my sales. Today I will have a content day where I videotape everything I need to do for social media for the month. Honestly, you can use ChatGPT too. Set me up an entire media content calendar for 30 days. And it can tell you exactly what you can do for those 30 days. And you can take literally a couple hours and film everything you need for your content in one day. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your works to the Lord and your thoughts will be established." Trust God as you implement systems that allow you to grow your business while staying aligned with His purpose. Be good, diligent steward of your time, right? Time equals money. Are you stewarding your time the best? Or do you dead man scroll on social media? Or just sit back and just pray for the sales, but actually don't do any work or reach outs to people to let them know your offers? It is so important. You know, back in the day, we used to say, oh, I just post and pray. Well, the logarithms and the changes on social media are not in your favor for that by any means. Also, it's not very diligent use of your time, right? And you're also not having that high touch, high connection if you're not reaching out to people, knowing exactly what their needs are in this season. You might think what they thought 3 months ago is the same, but every single day is different for people, right? Things are changing all the time. And it's true, people will buy from the last 3 people that had a contact with them. So think about the last time you actually connected with people. Has it been more than 3 days? Then they're not going to be buying from you. They're going to be buying from those people that are doing awesome on follow-up and that are really implementing systems that keeps you first thought of mind when people are going to buy. And number 3, you've heard it a million times, but I'm going to say it, stay consistent and faithful in action. Consistency is key in hitting your $1 million sales goal. Success will not happen overnight, right? These get rich quick schemes, all the things, whatever happens fast also goes away fast, by the way. But by showing up consistently, sharing your message and delivering value, you build trust with your audience and you see your efforts compound over time. Nothing's worse than getting started and stopping, getting started and stopping, getting started and stopping. Imagine you're driving with someone, it's like, and you're just like, dude, just drive the car, right? If you're consistently taking these actions and you're building relationship and you're building trust with people, the sales will come. But if you're like here today, gone tomorrow, back in their email box a couple weeks later, like I had this person that was like on me about buying their program. Then I didn't hear from them at all forever. And then all of a sudden, boom, I have another offer. You want this? Oh, I now have another offer. And it's like, you really want to build relationship by being consistent and faithful in the action, because then that person gets to know, like, and trust you. And then they're more apt to buy from you. But if you're just popping in here and there when you decide to work your business, when you decide not to, it really feels icky on the other side of the transaction versus always checking in with people, seeing how they're doing, see if there's anything they're having a problem with in their business, and maybe you have the solution for it. Or you can also refer them out to someone else. Friendship equity is huge in business. I jokingly say this, but wherever I go, everyone's like, do you know everyone? Is there any place in the world you can go that you don't know someone? And I'm like, I'm turning 46 this year. Probably not. I have traveled the world. I have a couple filled passports. I love people. I love social media. I love being able to connect with others. I'm a huge proprietor of when you go to a country, stay with a local family so you get to know them. I love people. So I do have a massive network, and I do love to follow up with people and letting them know that I'm there for them. I'm in conversations with a friend in South Africa that we were missionaries with 20 years ago who's starting her very own business today. That is awesome, right? Friendship equity is huge. Don't forget that. But building trust over time and seeing all your efforts of consistently showing up pays massive dividends. I cannot drive this home any stronger. It is so important. Consistency wins the day every single day. An actionable tip for this is just to set weekly goals for your sales, for your social media engagement and content creation. Focus on those small little wins and consistent steps because they add up to big results. Small wins, celebrate everything. I always say that. Celebrate everything. You got a new follower today? Celebrate. You were able to close a sale today? Celebrate. You actually did your revenue in first position, which, by the way, when you are logging into your business, revenue always is in first position because without revenue, you don't have a business. Yes, I said it. You have a hobby. If your business is not making any money, you don't have a business, right? You just have a hobby. So I want you today to talk, walk, and act like it's done and show up like the boss you are. I always tell my clients too, who do you have to become to have $1 million business? Are you showing up like that every single day? Because I can tell you, people with $1 million business, they have weekly goals. They know their numbers. They know their KPIs. They know if their social media engagement is increasing or decreasing, and they do something about it. They change the content they're making. I'm doing more sales on my podcast right now because I know if people have a problem in their business, it's a problem because of their selling, right? It's either inconsistent sales or not enough sales. So I'm going to make you guys sales girls because that is so important. We already talked about what selling means, right? It's serving others at the highest level, especially now in a season where people don't like fake, right? We have a trust recession going on where it takes people they have to consume you for 5 to 7 hours before they'll actually purchase from you. Yeah, that's a real statistic. Consume you for 5 to 7 hours. So if you think you can just show up here and there with a 10-second reel and then just think that these sales are going to roll in, think of how many 10-second reels you need to do to get to the 5 to 7 hour mark. Right? That's why podcasting, long form content, getting on YouTube, those channels are so much more helpful right now because they shorten the buyer's process because this buying process got so uber long and you need to always move with the trends. That's what I love about business too. It's not the same. It doesn't get stale. It's okay, what worked last week isn't really working this week. How do we transition? But make sure that you are showing up the person that you need to be. So who do you need to become to be $1 million business owner? Are you showing up like that every single day? A high-level sales skill here is perseverance. I promise you, the Bible is full of perseverance, right? It's not a get-quick results. It's not Amazon generation. It's not the microwave, McDonald's, whatever you call it. This Bible talks about persevering and endurance. Why? Because that really builds the character that we need to step it up in the leadership. As business grows, you need to change with it. You can't stay the same. You're going to have to increase in every area of your life to stick with the growth that your business will produce. And so when you keep following up and engaging with potential customers, you know that sales are going to happen. And the national sales average right now is over 20 interactions. 80% of people will stop after the second to third reach out. I don't want to bug my friends. They don't want what I have. No, sister, you just stopped way too short. The people that are winning today in 2025 are those that continued to reach out, add value, high connection, high touch, really had the best interest in mind for these people. They're the ones that are going to make the $1 million. So I always say, so you're saying there's a chance? Yes. Keep going, sister. Keep going. I love this scripture. Galatians 6:9 says, and let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. press in. Thank God for all the amazing things that's being produced in you during your perseverance and endurance, right? That you are running the good race, that you are going to fight the fight of faith, and that you're going to go all the way to the finish line. You're not going to quit when it gets hard, because it's going to be hard, but we're going to keep pressing forward with faith, knowing that God will reward your diligence in due time. And I promise you, the reward is so much sweeter when you really press this thing and you don't give up versus getting quick wins and then just falling out of the game, right? So, my sisters, by clarifying your message, leveraging automation, and consistently taking faith-filled action, you can reach $1 million in sales, even as a solo entrepreneur. How do I say that? I did it. I did it, girl. Ain't telling you nothing I haven't achieved myself. Trust God's plan, stay persistent, and watch how He multiplies your efforts. And as you know, I am cheering you on from the sidelines because there's so many women doing what you want to be doing that have half the talent you have, half the gifting you have, but they showed up consistently, and that's exactly what you're going to do today. So go make those goals. You can download this free PDF and fill it out and get after that $1 million and selling one thing to $1 million in focused attention, consistent action for His glory. You've been tuning in to For His Glory CEO, where unshakable faith meets bold business strategy to equip you for your next level. If this blessed you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it. And if you're a 6+ figure woman who's built the business but needs the right circle and craving something deeper, click the link in the show notes to learn more about the inner circle. And remember, we're not just building businesses, we're building the kingdom of God. Till next time.